Hey, what's up, dudes? Kubla Khan here. Welcome to Nothing Behind Me. This is another 7:30 p.m. stream announcement, Pacific Standard Time stream this evening. Yes, and I kind of like having the background free because I feel like this could be a fun time to kind of do a little vloggy thing. And the idea that I wanted to chat with you today about is doing an outreach or being your own advocate for yourself on the internet or otherwise. And I wanted to use it by taking an example from my experience, which is that a lot of you I've talked to on Twitter or other websites to come back to the channel to watch. And you have been amazing and kind and wonderful to go ahead and do that for me, and so thank you. Now, in an interesting note, I talk to a lot more than the number of you guys who come back. So a lot of people say nothing to me. I go, hey, could you check out the channel? Cricket, 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 nothing. Hey, could you check out the channel? Sure, says a lot of people, checks it out, not for them, they say no thank you and go on. Could you check out the channel? Sure, they check it out, they don't follow up with me, but they still really like it and sub. Or sure, they follow up with me and say, yeah, I loved it, thank you for sharing. I'm like, I'm so happy you feel that way. Or they don't say shit back to me, don't even follow up at all, but then still go and sub on the channel. And it's amazing that so many people, for me just reaching out to them on the internet, are so kind and willing to check it out. And it's something that kind of just blows my mind, and more importantly, alongside of it, for like every 50 nice people, there's like one mean one. Just one out of that 50 nice people. And now this person's mean, they go out of their way to be a jerk and whatnot. And that's amazing how sometimes in life, those 50 people and that one person feel like they weigh the same on the scale. Clearly, the 50 people show that the one person's opinion is an outlier. Still, as a human, we naturally go like, I wish I didn't make this person unhappy. And that happens, and that's fine, and that's human, and it's good to have feelings. It's important to remember that that one person, that 50 people, is something completely different, to show that actually being your own advocate, reaching out to ask or like for a raise or something at work, knowing that it's good to put your foot down and say it, especially because you believe what you've done is good. That's a very important part that's connected to this. I believe what I have done on my channel is quality work. I work hard at it. So I think it's worthwhile to share. I build up a resume of stuff and I show people this is what I do. My intro video, this is what I do. It has all this stuff going on, and that's basically what the resume is for when you're doing it. So if you have something that you want, it's important to go out and believe you are worthwhile doing it and have evidence that you are. Bring it behind you. Now if you don't have evidence, then maybe you are asking too much. That is an important thing to keep in mind. Also, alongside this, it's interesting that as you're being your own advocate for things, that there is absolutely a line that one walks when they're trying to be so. I mean, imagine this, 50 in one person is probably that one person who's mean is somebody I crossed the line of. Imagine, for example, like if my YouTube channel was a pizzeria and somebody opens up a pizzeria down the street, comes in and goes, Kubla, try my pizza. And I'm like, dude, I don't know why he has an Italian accent. Try my pizza. And I'm trying to cook here. This is my pizzeria. Please take your pizza out. I will visit you when I have the time. This is my place. Or it's like coming up and going like, hey, I've started a new pizzeria around the corner, putting up the posters on the windows. And you're like, dude, no. Like, go find areas that are designed for reaching out to people. Go out on the street and hand out flyers and say, new pizza, new pizza. Stay off my property. That's an example of a line because you don't know where that line is for anybody necessarily. Like the example of the pizzeria is kind of an obvious one, but the standing on the street wouldn't always be. Some people will be very unhappy that you would ever think to hand them a coupon for a pizza. Some people would be ecstatic that they got a fucking pizza coupon. And that's an important thing to remember, that that line moves for everybody. And it's important to be willing to experiment to find where it is. I would argue that 50 happy people and 1 upset people is a good spot to hit that line. And it's important to kind of think about that because you will sometimes be running into these unhappy people. And it is important to remember that although some of them may be total assholes, some of them you might have just overstepped their line. So, the summary of this all, still a stream at 7:30 p.m. tonight. And to finish up with this, be okay with being your own advocate for things. It's important to push forward. Make sure you bring evidence with you, because you need to defend, and also you need to prove to yourself you're worth this time. Because you don't necessarily want to claim something that you don't truly deserve. And also remember that when you're going out and being an advocate, there is a line, and there is an important thing that you are open to moving that line, to being wrong or to being right. And sometimes if someone's mean from that, you've just maybe overstepped their line. They may be an asshole. They may be just somebody who happened to have that line stepped on that day. So anyway, dudes, thank you so much for watching. Remember, you're awesome. And of course, may the ground rise to meet your feet. May the wind always be at your back. And may the sun shine warmly on your sexy, sexy face. Dudes, see you later.